Hi everyone, it's Heather from True North Spirit Medicine. How are you going today? Today I'm going to be doing the energy reading for September 2024. Nearly said September 2022 then. How are you going? I'm doing well, I think. August has been a bit of a month, hasn't it? Lots of solar flares, lots of auroras, lots of tiredness, lots of really strange dreams for everyone. A few ear-ringing tinnitus, a few eyes going a bit wobbly, reconfiguring of the iris is what I want to say. Yeah, I feel like there's been lots of physical shifts and changes with these new energy upgrades, particularly recently. You've probably noticed it yourself. And the advice around that is get out in nature, grounding, drink good water. Remember, you can Reiki or sort of bless your water. If you don't have Reiki, just send it good juju before you drink it, you know. Getting bare feet on the earth if you can, hugging a pot plant, connecting with people. Collaboration and connection is also really important, they're saying. Yeah, it's like all of the good practices that you've been putting into place for self-health and emotional regulation over the last few years or the last few decades or whatever. It's whatever. Spiritual gangster health. Sorry. Yeah, all of those practices are coming to not coming together now, they're coming to the fore now, like they're really needed. And if you've been on this path of being aware that there's more to this world than 3/4D for a while, then you're kind of like, you're on the right track for starters. You're doing very well. Thank you. Well done. Pat yourselves on the back. But also you're kind of ahead of the curve. I don't know if we've said this recently, but like there's people on the planet that have zero idea about any of this stuff. And I kind of feel a little bit sorry for them, just a little bit. Well, it's personal choice, you know, they're where they're at and that's okay. But I just feel that some of them might be struggling because some of us are kind of struggling with this influx of high frequency energies at the moment, that's all. So yeah, keep sending love and compassion to the planet, keep feeling, so compassionate action, keep seeing and feeling those people in trouble and turmoil in health and happiness. You know, so if there's pockets of trouble in the world, which there are, you know what I'm talking about, instead of going, oh, it's terrible, what can we do, blah, 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 just send the people, the land, the earth, the waters, whatever, but in this case, the people, send them as much good juju as you can. And when you hear some of those sort of negative war stories or whatever, just imagine those local people who are caught up in this nonsense, celebrating over dinner with friends or happy and healthy and laughing, like all of that stuff. That's compassionate action. That's not getting dragged down into the quagmire of old energy. That's lifting everybody up to the, you know, high frequency of 5D and above kind of thing. Yeah. Yes. I think that's all. Oh no, they dropped it. This is interesting. I was going to say, I think that's all I wanted to say before I get to the cards, but they did drop this message in quite clearly and succinctly. I wrote it down on a post-it note, but I've left the post-it note in the other room. But it was like one of the messages, like, you know, when I used to send out the newsletters monthly, I would get messages and hints and tips and themes throughout the month, right? It didn't just all come in one go. When I wrote the newsletter, I would have a stack of notes by the time I sat down to write it. And this message that came through yesterday that I'm about to tell you was a bit like that, so much so that I literally got a post-it note and wrote it down. And what they said was, in the past, so pre-2012, human nature went evolution, devolution, evolution, devolution, evolution, devolution. So think of the heights of the building of the pyramids, or Stonehenge, or Aboriginal Australians and 50, 60, 80,000 year old rock art, you know, think of those kind of really Native Americans, South Americans, Native Americans, do you know what I mean? Those really advanced old civilizations. And then, you know, the Second World War or whatever, like do you know what I mean? Like when you look back, I'm not a historian, but when you look back over human history, you can kind of see it. It's like, why don't we learn what's going on? So, but post 2012, it's that whole new page, whole new stage, whole new, you know, human consciousness is changing, human nature is changing for the first time in history, you know, all that kind of bizos going on, which we're in the crucible of now. And they're using the word crucible very intentionally there. But there's a lot of, or some people that are still stuck in that old mindset that are expecting devolution. And some people that are stuck in that old mindset have, you know, things, shall we say, caught up in or tied up in or invested in that old energy, yeah? So they're not only waiting for devolution, they're not only willing for devolution, but they're kind of, how do I phrase this? Making it happen, trying to make it happen. I feel like there's another D word that they're trying to get me to say, but I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, but you know what I mean, like that war machine or whatever, like they're trying to create it because that's all they know. And that's what we've done as humanity for the last 200,000 years or whatever. But things have changed. You know, it's not going to be evolution, devolution anymore. It's like like a graph that just keeps going up. And it's this that we're living through. You know, these sort of big leaps or steps, or, you know, the solar flares or the radiation energy that's helping us, or Earth passing through the galactic center that's helping us, or, you know, everyone sort of stepping into more open-heartedness that's helping us. Like the light wins. The light has won. Love has won. Yes. Yeah. So you don't have to fear that. You don't have to fear us going back anymore. We did say something about not going back last month. I just remember that now. But yeah, stay on your, as Pam Gregory would say, stay on your eagle's perch as much as you can, you know. And some days that might be trickier than others. But if it's feeling tricky to feel into that bright, happy future for everyone, remember to lean into your helpers, lean into the grid, lean into that quantum field that's around us that connects all of us. Because on those days when you can't add to it consciously, other people can, remember. You don't have to keep filling up your own cup. You can sort of lean into somebody else refilling your cup for you. That's nice. Good reminder, huh? Yeah. And they're saying that's also the reminder about, or the connection to grounding and nature. So let Mother Earth, you know, Gaia fill us up as well. Yeah. Oh, I love. That's funny. Okay. So 2 decks today. And it's funny, I did a private reading for someone the other day. Hello, someone. And as I pulled out 2 decks to use with her, I had the feeling or heard the message that these were the same 2 decks that I was going to be using today. And it still felt right to use these 2 decks today. So that's what I'm doing. So the first one is Work Your Light Oracle Cards by Rebecca Campbell, artwork by Danielle Noel. We've used this before, but not for a while. Sorry, there's a weird shadow there. And the second one is the Spirit Animal Oracle, Colette Baron-Reid, illustrations by Jenna Dellagrottaglia. Also used this one before. And because I'm in the not so loud room, I haven't drawn the cards yet. I don't know if that's interesting to people to watch. I got so used to not doing them on camera because it was too noisy. But I don't know, maybe people want to see it, even though I draw them, you know, just before I turn the camera on. I don't know. Let me know if it's more interesting for you to watch me do this process or not. I don't know. Oh, and I have new software, which is like noise cancelling magic software. So I'm not going to pause when there's noise outside, and I'm in a room with an air conditioner on, which is just right there. So I have tested the software on my computer with this camera with a chainsaw over the back fence one day, and it magically erased the chainsaw noise without distorting the vocals at all. So I'm trusting in this software, but if it doesn't work as well as it should, I apologize for any background noise in advance. It should be fine though. If I can cut out a chainsaw, it should be right. Okay. But yeah, the cards are still being shuffled near my microphone, so I'll hold them out here. Okay. So again, I did this before I started. I shuffled them and spoke to the deck, I suppose. So I just ask for the best messages for the people watching whenever their today is. And I also expanded that out actually to, you know, good juju for everybody on the planet because, you know, that's needed as well. Okay, so I might take 2 from this one. No, really? That's funny. Right. So the 2 cards I've just drawn from this deck are literally exactly the same 2 cards that I drew for the person that I did a reading for the other day. Isn't that funny? I had a feeling that might happen. I don't know. Like when I was, anyway. And I was like, no, really? It says yes. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Because I was like, no, really? Show me if I need to, you know, because I shuffled them. You saw me shuffle them. And I shuffled them before I started. That's hilarious. Yes. Oh, that's the other thing. I don't know if I said this. Did I say this? I know I forgot to say it in the newsletter. Intuition is off the charts, right? You've probably noticed it. Oh, God, sorry. You've probably noticed it yourself. You know, think about someone and they call, you know, all of those things that you know, the veil is getting thinner. Okay. And that's a metaphor, and that just means, so the veil is, you know, the other side and all that kind of stuff. It's really just a different frequency, right? Everything in the world is frequency and vibration. So yeah, that our vibration is raising. So things that were unseen or hidden to us before are becoming clearer to us. Okay. They're showing me that Harry Potter thing, you know, it's a trope often used in sort of mythical or magical realism type stories, but they're showing me that, was it platform 9 3/4 or something in the Harry Potter, where it's like, here's a platform that only some people can access and some people can see, and then there's a whole other world behind it. But if you're of the right mindset, of the right frequency, or of the higher frequencies, then you can access it. And it's a bit like that, which is kind of fun. Okay, I'm going to get 1 card from Spirit Animal Oracle. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. That's exactly what we were just saying. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. So I've only got a little table, so I'm going to disappear for 2 seconds and put the rest of the decks on the floor. I should just get a bigger table. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Right. Okay. How are we going to do this? Yeah. They're in the right order, which is nice. I'm not sure if that yes card will become part of the reading as well, or if it was just for us and our amusement and confirmation at the beginning. But I'll leave it in the row for now. I think that's funny. Really? Yes. Oh, and I'll take photos of the cards and I'll post them on my socials, Facebook and Instagram, after Usually, you know, have to edit the video and write the description and then upload it, or upload, anyway, there's a process. And sometimes by the time I've done that process, I need a break from the computer. That's why I always say it'll be up a couple of days after the video, because, you know, I've usually spent a fair amount of time on the computer to get it to you. But it should be shorter now because of this lovely editing software that some magician created. Okay, yeah, we'll channel and read the cards through the channel. Oh, by the way, I have a new tripod for my camera, and it's got one of those, you know, those things that tell you the balance, like a, God, what are they called? You know, you know when you building something and you have a stick with a thing in it that tells you when things are level? A leveler. A level? No, I think it's called a level. I wanted to say an evenator, but I knew that was just funny. Anyway, this tripod has a level built into it, and it tells me that it's straight. It doesn't look straight to me. So if the video comes out and it looks like I'm doing this instead of this, then you'll know why. The world hasn't gone that screwy. It's just the tripod. Okay, let's go. Let's see what they've got to say. They're laughing at me. They think I'm being funny. It's nice to be in a good mood. Greetings, dear ones, and thank you again for joining us here today at this beautiful, bountiful table of ours. As always, you are welcome as our honoured guest. As always, your place at this table is well deserved, my friends, well deserved. Do not think less of those who feel they cannot sit at our table. And please don't ever feel that you are or ever would be unwelcome here. There is nothing that you could do to dishonour yourself and the light that shines within, to disable your welcome at this table. Indeed, Heather is right to be bright and bubbly today. For have you not felt the new breeze come in of late? Have you not felt the page turning? We are at the change of season here as well. And that spring energy for those in the southern hemisphere is indeed in the air today. As those of you in the northern hemisphere shift your season into autumn, those beautiful coloured leaves as they start to turn for the hibernation and the inner work of your autumn and winter season. But here where Heather resides, it is a different story. The birds are nesting. The earth is warming. The sky is becoming bluer and brighter. And there is a lightness to people's hearts. And it is this lightness of the heart that we wish to speak of with you this morning, my friends. There is indeed a cosmic heart opening, as our friend Lee Harris spoke of recently. That increase of love on the planet is everywhere. And with it comes a tsunami, a tidal wave of integrity and compassion. You will see with these beautiful rose-coloured glasses, not those which blind you to the reality of someone's behaviour, but those which allow you to see everything, including your dear selves, my friends, through the eyes of compassion and grace. For what are we if we do not have compassion and grace for one another? And who are we if we do not have compassion and grace for ourselves? Love yourself as you love your neighbour. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Disentangle, unplug yourself from any negative people or situations or circumstances. For everything at this time is amplified, is it not? It is like there is one great big giant quartz crystal hovering over the earth, and the quartz crystal is known as the master or the mistress or the queen or the king of crystals because it amplifies everything around it. It amplifies everything it touches. And we can see the earth with a big quartz crystal through it, in fact, not just above it. As Heather corrects her initial description of our vision for her. And it is this amplification of energy that we wish to call to your attention, my friends. So be mindful of your hopes and your dreams, my friends. Be mindful of letting go of the fears and the old ways of thinking and the stubborn baggage that you feel you still carry. Just instead imagine yourself in the brightest, happiest, most peaceful, prosperous, connected, creative, collaborative, purposeful future that you can. Trust that the details of this life will follow you and come to you as you step forward. Heather has been imagining herself bouncing off a trampoline and into a bright, fluffy pink cloud of late to help her get out of the quagmire of the stress and the fear and the trepidation that she has felt recently. So to counterbalance it, she springs herself up on a trampoline and bounces on a cloud of fluffy pink light above the turmoil and the stress and the but how details of 3 and 4D consciousness. It is not your job to figure out the hows of everything, my friends. Heather used to tell a story, a metaphor for her reading clients in the past when she would talk about manifestation, and how an important part of that process is to just hold on to the vision and the feeling of the future that you wish, that you are asking for, and then let it go. And she would say, you do not follow the waiter or the waitress into the kitchen and watch the chef make your sandwich. You give your order to the waiter or the waitress and trust that it will come. You do not need to know which knife they are using to cut your bread. It does not matter. So we ask you to focus on your bright, shiny future, my friends. And we are pointing out this second card that Heather has drawn where it says, align your life. And you can see the lady in the picture has a fragmented face, as though she is reflected in a broken mirror. But when you align your life, my friends, everything comes into focus. Everything comes into clarity. Everything, your dreams and your future goals, you can envision them as clearly as you like. At the moment for Heather, it is a generalized fluffy pink cloud because that is all she can manage to imagine and feel into. But on other days, it is much more specific. And we ask you to be as specific as you like, my friends. Do you want a nice shady veranda with a rocking chair? Do you want an inner city lifestyle with a view of beautiful lights? How do you want to feel in your aligned and purposeful, peaceful, collaborative, creative future? For remember that the feeling is the magnetic part of the attraction process. The thinking is the electrical part. So when you align the electromagnetics, then you have a powerful signal, my friends. And with this quartz crystal that is surrounding, piercing, the earth is encompassed by it. At the moment, this crystal energy, this crystalline energy. Everything is amplified. Trust the Niggle is the other card that she laughed at when we drew. So trusting your instincts, knowing that you are on the right path, sometimes despite all outward appearances. It is a vital skill, my friends, and those of you that have been practicing communicating with spirit are indeed on the right tracks. We wish to pat you all on the back and give you a gold medal for achieving what some of your ancestors could not, for achieving what some in your immediate family cannot, because they choose not to. And for the achieving of, breaking of, changing of generations of patterns of behavior and ways of thinking into this bright, shining, heart-filled new future. Hooray for you. Hooray for us. Hooray for allowing us to hold your hands along the way. Hooray for saying yes to all of those niggles when you thought that sometimes you were going a bit nuts because you thought you could hear voices that no one else could hear. Not understanding perhaps at first it was us. Your beautiful council of elders, your beautiful spiritual team singing into your ears, sometimes shouting, but always holding your hands with love and grace and compassion. It is easier to be at peace when we are with you, my friends. It is easy to fly like the dove when we are with you, my friends. Heather has just noticed that this dove on this last card has a crown on its head, saying that you are king and you are queen. You are the master and the mistress of your own realm, remember. Keep your bubble of light, your Merkabah, your 8 meter, 26 feet diameter of divine energy that you ride around in for your whole life, my friends. Keep it sacred. Keep it clean, keep it clear. Add intention to it as often as you can, especially in these heightened times. September will be a bit of a ride, my friends. But just like you, if you are in a cartoon and riding on the back of our pigeon, our dove, sometimes you need to duck and swerve through the trees, but always you have a harness and always you are held with love, and always you can trust in these strong and powerful, peaceful wings that soar with you and carry you forward into your dreams, assisted by the rising tide of collective consciousness, assisted by the hand-holding of all of us, your support team, your divine helpers, your backstage crew. We've got your back, my friends. We've got your back. We will always and forever have your back. For we love you dearly. We wish you every success. We wish you every peace. We wish you all the love. And we will speak to you again very soon. With very much love. And so it is. Nice. I don't want to open my eyes. It's such a really beautiful, soft and powerful meld, I guess. I don't know what word to use to describe it when they come in. And then when they're here, I kind of forget that they're here, and when they step back, there's a moment of, It's like a It's like a room when you have a party, or a house when you have a party, and at first there's just you and whoever lives in your house, and then people come, and there's that beautiful moment of celebration and joy, and the house is full of laughter and many voices and good energy and company and upliftment. And then the people leave from your party, and then you're left in your house with your lover or your flatmates or your family. It's a little like that, although they come much faster and leave much faster than guests at a party. It's a funny way to describe it. I've never thought of it like that before, but it's kind of what it feels like. Like a tide. Here they are. Here they go. I mean, they never really go, but when we channel them, they step forward, that's for sure. I still don't want to open my eyes. That's funny. Do I have anything else to say before we finish up? No. Drink extra water this month. At the moment here, it's warmer than normal for early spring. But in general, they're showing me drinking extra water is a really good idea right now. She says drinking water. Yeah, nice. The interesting thing is, like, I'm very aware of what they're saying, while they're saying it through me. But because I got to watch the video back to see where to edit it and write the opening paragraph for the YouTube description and stuff. I don't know if anyone reads them. Does anyone read them? The descriptions underneath the video? Tell me if you do, or if you don't, because, I don't need to write it if people aren't reading it. Just trying to be more efficient with time. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and still when I watch it back, I'm like, oh yeah, they said that. Oh yeah, they said that. Like, I kind of forget. It's really interesting. Okay. Still doing private readings and Reiki treatments. If you want, let me know. Still got merch for sale. Still haven't uploaded all of my designs onto my new Redbubble shop yet. But if you have a look at the other one, which I just forget what it's called. Oh, it's in my brain somewhere. That's the other thing. Like, it's left brain, right brain. Like, when I'm channeling, I'm all the way over there. So coming back, and it's kind of tricky. Doesn't matter. But yeah, this is one of mine. That's fun. I felt like wearing it today. I don't know if you can read it. Hello, Space Monkey. The threadless. Thank you. All I could see was Artist's Shop in the script that they use, but I couldn't get the name. But if you see something in my threadless shop that hasn't been uploaded to the Redbubble shop, and you want to get it through Redbubble because it has slightly better postage rates, just let me know and I'll upload it. I'll get to it eventually. What else? Still got a sale on the readings and Reiki treatments, which is nice, I think. And I'm on a new course, Plant Communication, up on the Udemy platform. Please use the link, the referral link, because that would be awesome. I realized last month in the video I mentioned that I'd finally finished it, but didn't actually tell you anything about the course. I just apologized for the incoming advertising spam. But basically the course teaches you how to communicate with plants, right? It's all about connection with Gaia. There's 3 specially written bespoke guided meditations in there to help you with that process. Some history, some scientific grounding in how sort of meditation and interspecies communication work. So you'll have a really good kind of foundation from which to grow. I'd be interested to know what you think of it. Have a look at the preview videos if you're interested, and you get lifetime access to all of the videos and all of the downloadable resources that I've created to go along with it, all for $29.99, and that's Australian dollars. So if you're in the US or the UK, it's actually quite cheap. So that's nice. And what else? Merch. readings, Udemy course. I think that was it. All the business, all the business promo stuff that I'm supposed to talk about. Wish I had a PR person, then they could do that bit. It's a bit weird trying to sell yourself. Anyway, yeah, I think that was all I had to say. Thanks for following along. Share the video with anyone that you think might like it and benefit from it. Like it, because that helps the algorithms. Subscribe if you'd like to subscribe, because that helps other people see the videos as well. And drink extra water. Drink extra water. Get out in nature as much as you can. And remember, if you can't really access nature itself too much, that you can ask Gaia to rise up to meet you wherever you are, okay? And you'll feel that shift quite definitely. Yeah. Interesting what they said about the quartz crystal thing. That just popped into my mind. And it really is, like, I'll see if I can either create or find an image. I don't think I can find an image. I'd be surprised. But I might, being surprised is nice. It was like the Earth, here's the planet Earth, and there's like a massive, like obviously massive because the Earth's pretty big, like quartz crystal, like in the middle of the planet. I said above at first because I didn't think I was going to keep talking about it, I suppose. So I just said above because it seemed faster. That's why they kind of made me correct myself. But yeah. I've never heard that before or seen that before. Really interesting. I'll see if I can find an image that kind of matches. I'm sure you can imagine it and feel it as well. But yeah, it's quite beautiful. It's quite beautiful. Okay, I'll stop rambling now. Always lovely to speak with you all, and always lovely to sit in this beautiful, powerful Council of Elders energy. So thank you for allowing us this time together as well. Take good care of yourself, take good care of each other, and I will speak to you next month. Take care. Much love. Bye.